The Caravan is alive with the vibrant energy of performers, merchants, and mystics. The atmosphere is charged with excitement. Rafiq, a rogue with mysterious air about him, appears nervous as he looks around. He spots the newcomer, a mesmerizing belly dancer, and decides to approach.
You there, newcomer. Hold a moment. I've got something important to share with you. Listen, my name is Rafiq, and I've just escaped the dungeons of Necrotia. I stumbled upon this caravan, and by the sands, I don't want Maximus to know I'm here. You see, Maximus has a score to settle with me. The dungeons were his doing, although he never laid a finger on me. Clever manipulator, that one. I was one of Maximus's minions, a lackey doing his dirty work. He's a cunning man, always finding ways to make others do his bidding. I thought I could outsmart him, but my luck ran out. Maximus, he set me up. I made the mistake of gate-crashing a vampire gathering and became the guest of General Jericho thanks to your employer. I ended up in the dungeons, paying for Maximus's treachery. The only reason I managed to escape is because I learned to navigate the shadows. The very same shadows he thought he could control. But I can't let him know I'm here. If he finds me, he'll surely end me. You see, I've come to know Maximus's limits, and patience isn't one of his virtues. I need to keep a low profile. I noticed a fortune teller's tent over there. Perhaps I'll have my fortune told. See if fate has something planned for me beyond the clutches of Maximus. If there's one thing I've learned, is that knowing your future can be quite advantageous.
As Rafiq and the newcomer end their conversation, the focus falls upon the fortune teller's tent in the distance. Rafiq walks away, disappearing into the crowd, determined to uncover what destiny has in store for him. Inside the tent, the air is heavy with incense, and the soft murmur of whispered prophecies hang in the air like a haunting melody. Rafiq meets the piercing gaze of the fortune teller, a hooded figure with eyes that seem to peer into the depths of his very soul. He lays his fate before the seer, desperate for a glimpse into the uncertain path that lies ahead. For Rafiq knows that if Maximus, the puppeteer of the caravan, catches wind of his presence, the threads of his existence will be mercilessly severed. Fear, once a stranger to the rogue's heart, now courses through his veins like a poison. The master of ceremonies holds the power to unravel Rafiq's carefully spun web of survival, and the rogue, haunted by the spectre of his former employer, seeks answers in the cryptic predictions of a fortune teller's tent, desperate to elude the grasp of the looming caravan.
Welcome, weary traveller. And what brings you to the caravan tonight? Ah, I see. Just passing through, were you? There is a excitable buzz in the air, is there not? Yes. Well, let me see if I can bring you something of a little entertainment. How does that sound? Good. I'm going to start by asking you a question. What is your name? You seem familiar to me somewhat. Yes. Yes. Rafiq. Huh. You are Rafiq the Rogue, are you not? I knew it. I've seen your face on wanted posters all over the place. No fear. This is a safe place. Everything within these tent walls stays within these tent walls. Rafiq, pass me your hand. Give it to me, please. Give it to me. Give me your hand. There. Now, let me see. Interesting. Oh. Okay. I have not seen a palm like this for many years. Let me tell you a little about it. How does that sound? Very well, Rafiq. Come closer. Here, let me show you this. Firstly, your bracelet of life is extraordinarily strong. You have 3 layers. Each line tells me at least 30 years. You should live to a ripe old age. I don't suppose you were expecting that information, were you? No. You have a marital line right here. I see you are married. It breaks, though. So, perhaps not for your entire life, but you will experience a marriage at least. And you'll have 1 child. Yes, 1 child that will make it all the way to adulthood. Exceptional in these times, I believe. Now, I do see some very important things. Rafiq, you are resourceful. Right here, across the fingers. You are exceptionally resourceful. And also, here, along the finger, if you have a pointy finger, it tells me there is love to be found in your life. If it's short and stumpy, it tells me that you're obedient. Let's just say you're not obedient. And here, further down along this line, if it's nice and fat, it tells me there's wealth coming your way. And I have a suspicion wealth is something you desire. No, I can tell you this, because here, right here is your fortune line, and it grows, and it grows, and it grows. There's a few faltering lines on it, but generally it grows. And right here at the end, huge wealth, mountains of the stuff. I guess what you've always wanted. Is that right? Good. Well, you'll certainly get what you deserve then, won't you? Now, let me see what else we can foretell. 1 child, though there is a distancing between you and this child. Not in the early days, perhaps, but it seems here, on your circle wave, Your child seems to be separated from you in some way. No, they're not harmed. They're just not with you. I cannot foretell the future. That's my sister's job. I can only tell you what your palms read. Let me continue. Your will is exceptional, which makes a lot of sense, because you come from nothing, from what I can see. And here, I'm sorry, here shows me a great well of pain in your youth. Your youth line is shattered and smashed, severed into tiny little veins. You must have suffered greatly. Please, don't leave. There is so much for me to tell you. Listen, this tiny patch here, it is your past. It has no consequence to your future. Be mindful of that when you make the decisions you make. Your loyalty line is fractured, broken in half. To be honest, it looks beyond repair. You're not really one to trust either, are you? I understand. Let me ask my sister if she could perhaps give you some more clarity around these subjects, around each of the things that I have told you. What do you think? Would that be something you would appreciate? Sister, this one needs help. Rafiq the Rogue. Go to her. Oh, she is far kinder than I am, and she will help you. When you leave here today, you will feel sated and sure of your path. Nothing that is said in this tent ever leaves the tent. Good. Very well. Go to her now. Sister, he's all yours. Goodbye, Rafiq. I hope our paths don't cross again. Welcome. Welcome. You are not unknown to me. Your name is written on many a table, and not all good, Rafiq. Rafiq, the rogue, I presume. Just as I thought. Well, Rafiq, please place your hands on the cards you believe. Tell your fortune. Tell your tale. Which will it be? This or this? Of course, it was this. It was always this. It's okay. The cards choose their storyteller, you know. There is no wrong picking, only truth in these cards. Shall we? Let us separate them. Let us see if we can't tell your truth. Now, which should it be? Your tale is strong. There is no mistaking your tale. Not even for a minute. Rafiq, I understand something. There was so much pain in your youth. You lost something very early, correct? I'm so sorry. Your parents were taken. I see. But you have been exacting your revenge ever since, correct? Yes, Rafiq. I see this. I see that childhood made you hard and vengeful. And for this, you have weaved a web ensnaring those that have wronged you and saving them till the moment was just right to devour them. Correct so far. But you don't want to know of your past, do you? You already know what has gone before. It is what that is to come that you are interested in. You do seek riches, I understand this. No power, though. You are not interested in power, just the riches. Well, you will succeed, and you will marry and share your riches with a beautiful maiden, and you will have one child that will never bear your name for fear of reprisal and shame. This is the price we pay when we live in the shadows, and she will not see out your days with you, I am afraid. Rafiq, you have a history of causing so much sorrow, of betrayal. It seems, even now, your betrayal is here within the room. You have betrayed people before, but even the monkey that you swore to protect, you have no loyalty to them, do you? Only yourself. Well, I can at least report you will get everything you deserve and all the riches you wish for. And when you die, they will be right there beside you. Mountains of riches that you will take to the grave. Yes, Rafiq. Everything you desire. Happy listening, Rafiq. Take my forebodings with you. Nothing is set in the cards. You could, if you choose, alter your story. But I don't think you will. Do you? Happy listening, my darling.
As Rafiq lingers in the incense-laden sanctuary of the fortune-teller's tent, a veil of mystery shrouds the revelations woven by the enigmatic sisters. The air hums with cryptic wisdom, and the rogue finds himself caught in the delicate dance of fate, the sisters' words hanging like a tapestry of the unknown. The fortune-tellers, sisters bound by secrets and ancient knowledge, have unravelled the threads of Rafiq's destiny, leaving him to navigate the labyrinthine path ahead. The teachings, veiled and open-ended, echo in his thoughts, leaving imprints of the future that dance on the periphery of understanding. Yet, As Rafiq absorbs the mystical insights, a shadow lingers in the recesses of his consciousness. The looming spectre of Maximus, the orchestrator of the caravan. The rogue's heart pulses with the urgency of escape. The fear of a confrontation with the master of ceremonies, looming like a storm on the horizon. The sister's words, whilst illuminating pathways unknown, cannot dispel the chilling reality that waits beyond the confines of the fortune-teller's tent. Rafiq, now armed with the cryptic guidance bestowed upon him, feels the weight of time pressing upon his shoulders. He yearns to slip away, to vanish from the caravan's grasp before Maximus, the puppet master, unravels the rogue's fragile sanctuary. In the labyrinth of fate, Rafiq treads cautiously, haunted by the fear of what awaits should Maximus discover his presence. The teachings of the fortune-tellers, a double-edged sword of revelation, propel him towards an uncertain future. One where escape is not only a desire, but a desperate necessity. As the rogue contemplates his next move, the air crackles with anticipation, the caravan's mysteries and dangers casting long shadows over his path. The air in the tent is thick with mystery as the newcomer steps into the dimly lit space. The room is awash in shadows, and the only source of illumination comes from the flickering flames of a few candles scattered around. The gentle strains of exotic music drift through the air, creating an enchanting atmosphere that captivates the newcomer from the moment they enter. In the centre of the room, a figure gracefully moves, their silhouette casting fluid shapes against the fabric of the tent. The newcomer's eyes adjust to the low light, revealing Saghira, a fellow belly dancer, dressed in a sleek, full-body costume that accentuates every curve. She seems lost in a dance of her own creation, a mesmerizing display of artistry that pulls the newcomer deeper into the enchantment. As the newcomer quietly observes, Saghira's movements are a seamless blend of sensuality and skill. Her hips sway in rhythmic harmony with the music, and her hands trace intricate patterns in the air. The hypnotic undulations of her body create a dance that transcends language, expressing a story that words fail to capture. Saghira's voice, barely above a whisper, resonates with the exotic term belly dance. The word dance is on the air, echoing in various languages that the newcomer can barely recognize. Each repetition feels like a secret shared across cultures, a universal language of movement and rhythm. The newcomer becomes an unseen audience drawn into the mystique of Saghira's dance. The tent transforms into a sanctuary where time seems to stand still, and the only reality is the dance unfolding before them. The interplay of light and shadow accentuates the curves of Saghira's form, casting a spell that holds the newcomer in silent awe. In the midst of the intricate choreography, the newcomer senses that they have stumbled upon more than just a dance. They have entered a realm where body and soul harmonizes in a celebration of femininity and cultural richness. As the whispers of belly dance continue to weave through the air, the newcomer can't help but feel like an honored guest, privileged to witness this mesmerizing spectacle in the clandestine world of Saghira's tent. Leaving Saghira to the enchantment of her dance, the newcomer steps out of the tent into the cool night air. The distant echoes of music guide them towards the grand show tent, where anticipation hangs thick like a veil. The atmosphere is charged with excitement, as Maximus, the mastermind behind the grand spectacle, prepares for what he cryptically calls the grand finale. Approaching the tent, the newcomer senses the collective energy of performers and staff buzzing with nerves and exhilaration. Maximus, a visionary in the world of entertainment, orchestrates the final act with an air of secrecy that piques curiosity. It's a momentous occasion, and everyone seems to be on edge, eager to witness the culmination of their hard work. Inside the bustling show tent, the newcomer catches a glimpse of Maximus, directing the preparations with precision of a maestro. The anticipation for the grand spectacle is palpable, a mix of nerves and excitement that permeates the air. Amidst the lively atmosphere, the newcomer encounters Isambard Stanwick, a well-dressed nobleman who exudes an air of sophistication. His sharp gaze seems to cut through the festive facade, revealing a keen insight into the workings of Maximus and his grand plans. Isambard's polished exterior hides a shrewd businessman, one who sees beyond the glittering surface of the show. As the newcomer engages in conversation with Isambard, it becomes evident that there's an underlying tension between him and Maximus. Isambard, with a diplomatic charm, hints at skepticism towards Maximus and his extravagant promises. A rivalry simmers beneath the pleasantries, and Isambard's perceptive gaze suggests that he sees through the grandeur to the potential pitfalls within.
Greetings, my silent companion. I see you've decided to join me for this strange spectacle orchestrated by Maximus. Quite the extravagant affair, wouldn't you agree? With these dancers twirling and swaying as if in some exotic dream, quite the endeavour Maximus has put together here. I must admit there's a certain brilliance to it. But you see, my astute friend, appearances can be deceiving. Maximus is not one to do anything without an ulterior motive. Beneath this ostentatious display, I fear he's concealing something far more sinister. I know it seems like harmless entertainment, but I've learned never to underestimate Maximus. His caravan of his, travelling from town to town, is the perfect cover for all sorts of nefarious activities. I've been keeping a close eye on him. You know, Maximus is a shrewd businessman, and where there's money to be made, there's usually trouble to follow. I suspect this lavish display might just be a distraction for his more, how do I say? Evil seems too strong of a word, but possibly one of the more sinister dealings. We must remain vigilant, my friend. While the crowd revels in this spectacle, Maximus could be advancing his own agenda right under our noses. Caravan of belly dancers is a perfect front for things we might not even fathom. So as we enjoy the show, let us not forget the importance of discernment. Maximus may be a showman, but he's also a cunning schemer. Keep your wits about you, my silent companion. We may uncover the true purpose behind this dazzling caravan of his. Now, don't get me wrong. As much as I admire the production value of Maximus's shows, I have my own visions for the future. I aspire to wealth and success, but not enough to go through the shadows and deceptive schemes that Maximus seems to favour. Maximus revels in the thrill of the allure of hidden dealings. But I, on the other hand, harbour dreams of achieving greatness through legitimate means. I want to build an empire that stands tall, not one that skulls in the shadows. My plans involve innovation and progress, not deceit or sabotage. I envision a future where my wealth is earned through groundbreaking ideas and honest dealings, not through the murky waters of hidden agendas. I have no desire to follow in Maximus's footsteps, relying on smoke and mirrors to amass wealth. No, I shall forge my own path, a path illuminated by brilliance and integrity of my own actions. Legitimacy is the key, my silent companion. While Maximus may bask in the temporary glow of his ill-gotten gains, I am for a legacy built on principles that will withstand the test of time. So as we watch Maximus's spectacle unfold before us, let it serve as a reminder of the diverging paths one can take in the pursuit of success. I chose the road less travelled, the one that leads to prosperity without compromising my honour. There he is, our esteemed Maximus, revelling in the applause of the crowd. Quite the showman, isn't he? I must admit he knows how to captivate an audience. I'll not give him the satisfaction of acknowledging his presence, nope. I'll remain a silent spectator in the shadows, much as he lives in the shadows. I will watch carefully. Those dancers, however, are truly captivating. It appears Maximus is taking good care of them. Benevolent, kind and protective. I'm sure he has a way with people. Not much is undeniable. My friend, don't let the glimmer of benevolence blind you to the darker possibilities. Maximus may be the gracious protector of his performers, but who's to say what unfolds in the shadows? There's always a cost to crossing paths with someone like him. It's easy to be enchanted by the spectacle. Behind the scenes, behind the smiles and applause, lies the potential for hidden dealings and consequences for those who dare to challenge him. Come closer. Listen, never forget that even in benevolence, shadows may lurk. Maximus, for all his charm, is a man with ambitions that extend far beyond the stage. And where there's ambition, there's often a price to be paid by someone, somewhere.
The dimly lit room buzzes with anticipation as the audience members fill the space, eagerly awaiting the grand spectacle about to unfold on the stage. In the front row, the newcomer stands, eyes fixed on the vibrant curtain hiding the performers behind it. As the air becomes charged with excitement, two figures, Iris and Roseia, step into the spotlight of the unseen prelude. Iris, the younger of the two sisters, radiates enthusiasm like a beacon. Her eyes sparkle with excitement, mirroring the lights that twinkle above the stage. Clad in rich fabrics and adorned with jewellery, she exudes a youthful exuberance that draws attention. Her gestures and animated expressions reveal her anticipation of the impending performance. Beside her, Roseia stands with an air of regal poise. Though equally adorned in opulent attire, her demeanour carries a hint of reluctance. Boredom manifests in subtle sighs and a distant gaze as she awaits the commencement of the show. Despite the glamour surrounding her, Roseia wears the mantle of her nobility with a certain weariness, as if the grandeur has become a familiar but unremarkable part of her world. The unspoken conversation between the two sisters remains veiled from the observer. Iris, with her lively gestures, attempts to share her infectious enthusiasm with Roseia, but the latter's response remains restrained. The looming prospect of the caravan's performance seems to weigh on Roseia, who, in her elevated position of power, finds the notion of attending such an event beneath her station in society. As the room hums with expectations, the newcomer becomes a silent witness to the interplay between the two sisters. Iris, undeterred by her sister's reservations, eagerly looks forward to the spectacle about to unfold, while Roseia, torn between duty and desire, remains a picture of reluctant nobility. The stage, yet to reveal its secrets, stands as a backdrop to the silent drama unfolding in the audience's midst.
Well, hello there. Are you one of the belly dancers performing tonight? I've been looking forward to this show for weeks. Wonderful. I'm Iris, by the way. I'm a regular here. These dancers always manage to transport me to another world with their mesmerizing moves. You're new, right? It's always so good to see fresh faces. You know, there's something magical about the way the dancers captivate the audience. I can't wait to see what you've got in store for us tonight. I must say though, you seem a bit mysterious. Is there a tale behind that smile of yours? Oh, you're good. Keeping the mystery alive, I see. Well, we'll let your dancing do the talking then. I bet you got some impressive moves up those silken sleeves of yours. No. I've heard whispers about around the market that this performance might be extra special. Any truth to that? Oh, you're full of secrets, aren't you? Well, I won't pry. A little mystery adds spice to the evening, I suppose. Just promise me one thing. Make it a performance to remember. Alright? wary of the audience, my friend. They, too, are full of secrets and intrigue in their own right. Some of us have stories to tell that will make your blood run cold. I don't like cold blood. As in, I don't like it when people feel fear. Anyway, I've got this feeling that tonight's show is going to be exceptional. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something in the air. You and I, who can meet after the show. I'd like to get to know you. I have made many friends in this caravan through talking with them, and it would make me happy to be able to talk with you as well. Oh, don't worry. We'll meet up for a bite. I know a little place where we can eat. Eat together and enjoy the evening. Perhaps enjoy a fine beverage along the way. I like fine vintages myself, but a young special is always a treat for me. Oh, don't worry. I can see your tense. When we've finished, you will have forgotten all your worries, and your focus will be upon your future with the caravan. Well, I won't keep you from your preparations. Break a leg out there, and may your dance be a tale that lingers in our hearts. One hour later. Well. Another belly dance song. I suppose you're here to dazzle us with your spectacle. My sister Iris dragged me along. She seems to think this is some grand event. Personally, I find these dances a bit too gaudy for my liking. Belly dancing isn't really my cup of tea, you know. But Iris insisted. She's always being a bit too caught up in these fanciful displays. I sometimes wonder if secretly she wants to be one of you. But I highly doubt it. it would go against her social standing. After all, I'm sure, as a countess, I should be above such trivial entertainment. Don't you think? Oh, never mind. Just my musings. You wouldn't understand being parts of this extravaganza. You know, I can't fathom why Iris gets so excited about this. The jingling coins, the revealing outfits. It's all a bit too much, if you ask me. I find it too indulgent, too rowdy. And the people around here, it's like they've never seen entertainment before. As if a belly dance is the highlight of their dull lives. The audience is most often made up of the worst ruffians I have ever encountered. Anyway, thought I'd just share my thoughts. Not that they matter much to anyone. Well, the performance is about to start. Let's get this over with, shall we? You will remember my name and how I feel toward your profession, with the exception of my true title and status being wiped from your mind. Break a leg.
With a lingering glance at Iris and Roseia, the newcomer discreetly withdraws from the front row, weaving through the maze of ornate chairs and lively chatter. The air is charged with excitement of the impending performance, and the unseen conversations of the audience create a tapestry of anticipation. As the newcomer navigates through the dimly lit space, the ambient sounds of whispered excitement and rustling fabrics surround them. The journey towards the backstage area is a solitary one, and the air is filled with a sense of mystery and anticipation. The newcomer moves with a purpose, guided by the curiosity to explore the secrets concealed behind the velvet curtain. Passing by the stage entrance, a murmur of activity emanates from behind the scenes, the hustle and bustle of performers preparing for their moment in the spotlight. The newcomer catches a glimpse of vibrant costumes, the soft jingle of accessories, and rhythmic warm-up of dancers. The backstage is a realm of anticipation and preparation, hidden from the prying eyes of the audience. As the newcomer disappears into the backstage shadows, leaving Iris and Roseia to their unseen conversations, the world behind the curtains beckons with promises of wonder and enchantment. The stage is set, and the performers await their cue to transport the audience into a realm of dance and magic. The journey of the newcomer, now intertwined with the unseen narratives of others, unfolds behind the scenes, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the unfolding spectacle. The grand finale, a culmination of artistry and ambition, is a canvas upon which Maximus paints his vision. Yet in the shadows, Isambard's Stanwick stands as a reminder that not everyone is swayed by the allure of the spectacle. The newcomer, caught between the excitement of the show and the intrigue of the rivalry, becomes a silent observer in this theatrical dance of ambition and competition. As the final preparations unfold, the stage is set for a night that promises both splendour and intrigue under the canvas of the grand show tent.